done with.
Dude, you've been done.
I'm still here.
Shut up, bitch.
Mike, see what you've done? I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are, but you may want to start changing your ways or changing your name.
You know this person?
No, it's just so hilarious. People in Albuquerque, right?
It's an evil world we live in.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
I want to see what you look like under the mask. Like, why are you hiding your face?
I'm hiding my face for the same reason you're wearing makeup.
No way, boy. No way, boy.
No. No, wait.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Oh, I love reading Rainbow. Butterfly in the sky. Come on. I can go twice as high.
Let's get it on.
Take a look.
Nigga. My nigga.
Reading Rainbow.
You think it's a game?
I can go anywhere.
Suck my dick. My nigga.
Bob.
Nigga.
Something's wrong with reading Rainbow.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? It's Caddy West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. I appreciate y'all tuning in on this Monday evening, Monday afternoon, depending on what zip code or what time zone you in. So give it up to y'all. I appreciate it. Shout out to XL Pro for checking in. I salute you. Shout out to the Righteous Fear. Shout out to the Coach Gang. You already know, boy. So we can get straight to the business today. You know what I'm saying? Was Killer Mike arrested for not endorsing Joe Biden after the 3 Grammys? I don't know if y'all heard any details about the situation, but it's really kind of sketchy. I mean, maybe, I don't know if he put hands on his wife or his baby mama or something, but basically, from so far, the information is that it was a citizen's arrest. So basically, somebody reported him for putting hands on somebody. Who's the somebody? We don't know. Why did it have to happen during the Grammys after Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock a year ago at the Oscars? I don't fucking know, but LAPD made it their business to go and arrest Killer Mike after he won 3 Grammys. You can't make this shit up, dog. You cannot make this shit up at all. So, yo, we can get straight to the business because, you know what I'm saying, shit ain't adding up. Shit don't sound right.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
So, yo, we got this little interview from, you know, him speaking on how he felt about the Joe Biden administration, and he can keep it funky. So check this out.
He has let down black people.
Who? And I be thinking they holding him up with a cane.
Let me ask you that. Okay,
yeah, that's the motherfucker that's old.
You think that he has let down black people?
Who?
Biden.
Has he let down black people?
Well,
he might not let down black people. He ain't let down me. I knew what we was getting.
You knew you was getting?
Yeah, I knew what we was getting.
Because black people thought it was going to be an extension of Obama.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
You're crazy.
Black people didn't think.
What you say?
Well, if they thought he was going to get an extension of Obama, they was exactly right. Somebody who's not going to do very much for your community.
Uh-oh. Somebody who's not going to do anything about your community, for your community.
Emotional damage.
Killer Mike, he already know what time it is. He already know that, basically, Joe Biden was a snake oilsman, snake sales oilsman, just like Dr. Umar. He'll just tell you what you want to hear just to get him through the door. And basically, Killer Mike was speaking about this maybe about a couple years ago, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? He was speaking. He's one of those. And word on the street is someone told me at my job that supposedly they say that, Killer Mike is for them people, And when I say them people, I'm talking about, I guess basically white folks. And, he's not. It's not so. And here's another thing, too. White people are not always the enemy, even though, black people might feel that's the case. Sometimes a lot of the enemy is, the people who are your own skin tone, but that's a whole nother conversation in itself. But back to the whole Joe Biden situation, let him cook.
Do you think Trump did more for black community than what's that?
I would rather deal with the devil I know. And what I mean by that is there's a book called The Devil You Know. And you guys should check it out. I think I'm saying the name of that book. I'll make sure I send you the book. But it's somebody Google that. The book, The Devil You Know. Yeah.
It'll come up across it.
And I want to say that because people need to see this book because.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to get no copyright strike. So I'm just letting him talk his shit for a second. And then I'm going to play it again.
It's a call for blacks to remigrate in the South. It's a call for blacks to remigrate in the South and to try to politically dominate in the South. Blacks should be dominating in places like Tampa, Birmingham, Charleston, Jacksonville, Savannah, and we should be dominating with a black agenda. But what I mean is, for the first time in my lifetime, I saw with Trump a casino owner, a business person, someone who was just looking to cut a deal.
Okay.
And I feel like we had a better chance of cutting a deal between him and Biden with him. I didn't vote for him. I didn't necessarily want him to win, but I'm like, man, being a kid who had been in the streets, I'm like, he'll cut a deal. The other guy not gonna cut no deal.
Right.
Yo, see, he's just speaking on just some street, you know what I'm saying? It's a street level, just some street smart shit, you feel me? Because we all know that Killer Mike is a very conscious brother. And basically, he just kind of saying, like, let's just be real. A lot of black people kind of felt, pressured. Yes, I said pressured to vote for Biden. We all seen a video of the black woman on Coach Greg Adams' show that he used to play for all the time. He used to play often, was showing about how the black woman was berating her son to vote for Joe Biden. And I can honestly say that I even received pressure myself from family members, friends, to vote a certain way. Yeah, it's happened. I had even people get mad at me for not, wanting to exercise my vote, just period. Like, just not even so much that I was going to vote for a Republican, but just the fact that maybe I was considering not even voting at all. A lot of people was actually quite upset. Not so much that I wasn't going to exercise my vote, but because of the fact that I was going to not exercise my vote the way they wanted me to exercise it. Because if I told them I wanted to vote another way, that would have been a whole nother argument. But, at the time, I always kind of say, well, shit, if I do vote, I'm going to vote for Democrat regardless. And that's a very foolish way to vote. Socrates once said that, the masses should not always be allowed to vote. Only people who are basically have a vested interest should be able to vote because, if people are just voting for things that just go for their way, that's basically socialism. You can't make this shit up. Let's just see what the comment section says real quick. Miller Time Let's Go says, I don't vote. Well, hey, you have your right to see. Hey, that's the beautiful thing about this country. You have a right to exercise your vote and to not vote if you don't want to. But if you do decide to vote, you should have a right to vote for who you want, not because of, pressures from outside sources. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's let Killer Mike cook real quick, y'all.
The other guy, Auntie told him they got the bag.
Right,
He's not going to even listen to us.
Right.
And so I think Biden has been who he has been this whole time. I think.
You hear that? That guy was not going to listen to us. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because, beat this. After your hand got burned by the stovepipe once, you know what I'm saying? You already knew when the fire was on what's going to happen. When there's smoke, there's fire. And at the end of the day, Democrats haven't done anything for black men or for black people in the last 40 years other than set black people back, because it's at this time that now, during the 60s, doing the civil rights bills and all that, Black people were the ones who actually had, you know what I'm saying, the most families, most marriages, and most families together and the most children. Now we're behind in all those categories, and we're still behind in the money, and we're still broke. So Killer Mike, you know what I'm saying? Not only is he a street rapper and a Grammy winner, but he's also a businessman and he know how business works. And he know when shit's bad for business. And I think he's speaking on that.
I think he is the same politician that invoked the word super predator. I think he is the same politician that pushed for disproportionate sentencing between crack and cocaine. I think he's arrogant. I think he is ignorant, and I think he does not have the best of our community in mind. Nor do I think the black advisors he has. I think they have the best for the black Democratic community. But I grew up in a black community that had Democrats, Republicans, again, my heroes and villains. The same neighborhood I grew up in birthed some of the strongest black Democrat supporters, also produced Herman Cain.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Yeah,
so for me,
I don't know who Herman Gain is, but I need to look him up. Kind of interesting. I'm assuming that Herman Gain is probably a black Republican.
My thing is, where can we get something? You know, so I don't think that the Democratic Party has in the last 60 years done right by black folks.
Okay.
I think that black Democrats, like Marion Barry, have done right. I think Maynard has done right. Andy has done right. I think that we've had, was it David Washington in Chicago or New York? Whichever.
Washington Dinkins.
I don't know all these politicians because, you know, they talk about Southern politicians, and I'm in Florida, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really know those guys that they're talking about. But shout out to No Excuse Lifestyle, Rocky Cage. He said, I voted the last term, no lie, I voted for Trump, not because I like the guy. It is because it's best business interest, in my opinion. Straight up. Hey, you know what? At the end of the day, you got to do what's good for you. And I really, you know what I'm saying, salute you for that, because a lot of black men felt a lot of pressure. And as a matter of fact, last year, you know, in 2020, a lot of black men were ashamed because when they did the census or the stats on it, a lot of black men did vote for Donald Trump. So salute to you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. So I'm gonna give you your flowers for that shit. Salute, dog. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you the salute, the American one. So we got somebody else. You know, I'm gonna go through this chats before we go back to the rest of the video. So it says, oh, there go Timotheus Kells. Yes, Timotheus Kells says, Herman Cain is a black Republican that ran for president. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I kind of figured I was on point. I kind of appreciate you brought that up because that's what I thought he was. I figured the way he used the words and he brought up all those black Democrats that, you know, Herman Cain had to be, you know, a black Republican. It says, excuses, blacks, Democrats ain't done nothing. And that's a fact. I mean, because at the end of the day, one thing about politics, what you end up realizing about politics is more about business than actual politics, than the actual, you know, passing laws and we the people. Because at the end of the day, you have to kind of look out for your constituents. Those are the people who funded your campaign and the people who's keeping your pockets fat and making sure you go on these vacations and making sure you're all right and making sure you still be able to be on the ballot. That way you can maybe make it to, you know, councilman, mayor, governor, president one day. All of them have, you know, aspirations and those dreams. It's never for the people. Hey, most politicians are lawyers, and we all know lawyers are liars. So, yeah, okay, no excuse, lifestyle, Rocky Cage. Thanks, brother. No, I salute you for tuning in because I never seen you come in the live chat. So I appreciate y'all, you know, coming in. Please press the like button. It does, it does help the algorithm and keep people coming in because I believe this is a very good and important topic because we talking some shit, you know what I'm saying? We all from the streets. We all from, you know what I'm saying, furthest parts of life and stuff, whether we're from the streets to suburbs. You know, we're in London, UK, Miami, Florida, you know, anywhere in Florida, you know, Cali, you know, you name it, all around the world, yo. That's how we do in the righteous fear. So let's go back to this video because I think it's important what you got to say.
I mean Jenkins. I'm saying Jenkins.
That's your black side.
Yeah. So yeah,
Hey, man.
Negro.
Washington.
But I think that we've had some black Democrats that tried their best, but as a party, I think the Democratic Party could do much better by us. And I think that if the Democratic Party and their leadership does not do better by black people, I think what they're going to start to see is in pockets, black men in particular start to exit that party for other options. So I would advise black Democrats, because I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I'm whatever I need to be on a local level to advance my people. And in Atlanta, that means more often than not, I voted for black Democrats, but I voted for the black Democrats that I thought had more for me locally. But I'd like to encourage black people nationally and globally to lean into politicians that are willing to negotiate with you.
And I believe that's very real because we're not just going to go blue all across the board. We're not doing that anymore in 2024. You know what I'm saying? If we have a Republican who is kind of helping the people and is going to be about what we need to be about, we're going to go vote for him. Because let's be real. Black people, we were once Republicans. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of things change, but just keep in mind, we were all Republicans. And a lot of black people were very conservative in their thinking, especially all the way up to the early 80s. Only until the new age is when, unfortunately, people's minds started to change, and that's a whole nother situation in itself. And Timothy Kels, I appreciate you for hitting that like and that subscribe, yo. I appreciate you, G. Says we many not always agree, but as you know, I'm all about supporting each other. Yeah, no doubt, dog. So we ain't always gonna agree, you know what I'm saying? But hey, sometimes we could agree to agree, and sometimes we might meet in the middle because maybe there's some things. Because I could definitely say I kind of feel that you could be very agreeable more on camera than on Facebook. But hey, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for that because you are a pretty decent dude when when we was on the panel. So no doubt. So matter of fact, I'm saying? Salute to Timothy for, for checking in. Salute to everybody for viewing. So all right, so I don't know if y'all want to hear more of that, but it's that funny dude, that funny comedian guy. He got his little show. I shouldn't call it a little show. His show, and that's Pierre's Panic Room. And y'all can see the rest of the interview. I'm not gonna play it all because I don't want to get no copyright strike. Or whatever. So what I will play is Killer Mike actually what he said on the Bill Maher show. I don't know if y'all seen that, but what he said on the Bill Maher show was maybe even more, you know what I'm saying, more epic than even that. Even though he probably didn't say as much, but he said enough. All right, we're gonna go into these super chats real quick. It says, all going blue across the board as done for blacks is give us welfare to then 3 strikes then to welfare reform. And you're right. Look, hands down, you're hands down right. And that's, and that's one of the things that he was kind of referring to. I mean, even though Killer Mike didn't say those things exactly, but yes, those are true. Like these social programs that basically just helped, they didn't really help the community. They only helped one people, and that was the black woman, not even the children. Because if you wanted to help the children, you had to give them both parents. But, it's a system on why they decided to only help one, the woman and the man. Because if you just help the woman have no guidance from the man. All they're going to do, it don't matter whether you give them money, loans, grants and all that. All they're going to do is just waste the money. And they know that. But it looks good on paper. It definitely looks good on paper to claim, that you're doing all these things. So I appreciate you, Timothy Kels, for pointing out that fact. Because that's definitely true. I'm glad that you actually brought that up. Because that's definitely, and that's, that's usually my talking points. I love to talk about the welfare and all that stuff. I'm the welfare king when it comes to that shit. But yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up. That's definitely true. So check this other video out of Killer Mike on the Bill Maher show. This was a couple days ago before the Grammys, okay? And like I said in my comment section, man, I really didn't even know that Killer Mike was even up for a Grammy. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not up in music like I used to be, but shit, when he got 3 fucking Grammys, I was like a surprise. I didn't even know he even had an album out. So yeah. So let's check out what Bill Maher had to say.
That means I'm for black people and happy Black History Month.
But you're not saying one candidate over the other?
Hey man, my nigga, he ain't gonna get me in no trouble tonight.
No, that's your job with me to get me in trouble.
My grandfather gave me some stellar advice sometimes. He said, son, sometimes you just got to know to stay out of white folks' business. And this time, I'm going to keep my mouth closed. I still like the policy that the old man had that I was supporting. I would encourage people to find who's supporting that policy and see what happens.
But you can't get yourself to say vote for Biden over Trump?
You want me to list it now? So now
I'm just saying that.
Can he get himself?
Well, I think so.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. Where did shit come from? This ain't it. Wait a damn minute. Okay, we're gonna have to fix this here. Oh boy. Ooh. Did they scrub the interview of it? Aw, damn. They scrubbed it. Yeah, see, here's the thing, yo. Oh, damn. Yeah, man, they scrubbed that shit. Y'all believe they scrubbed that shit? Man, now I can't find the video. I only found a video of the one black girl reacting to it. That ain't enough. We don't care about what the fuck she got to say. Damn it. Shit.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Okay. Well, anyway, you already know. All right, look, let's just be real. We see how he and hawing over that answer. Y'all seen that shit clear as day. We're gonna go in the comment section now. I'm gonna cook and say my piece. No Excuse Lifestyle Rocky Cage says, I found your channel watching Coach Greg Adams. The Democrats uses black people's emotions to get the vote. To get the votes, but blacks don't benefit from Democratic Party. Yo, shout out to the Coach gang. I appreciate you for tuning in, yo. For real. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the coach, I wouldn't even know where to start, G. Because I ain't gonna lie. I honestly kind of feel like, you know what I'm saying, if anybody kind of made me want to even do the YouTube shit, it was definitely Coach Greg Adams. You feel me? No doubt. So we gotta give him his flowers. Shout out to the Coach gang. I think there's some more comments too. Timothy Kell says, Killer Mike is the truth. In my opinion, the last album is from last year's Epic. Oh, brother, I didn't even know that he even had an album last year. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll take your word for it, man. Salute to Killer Mike, because guess what? He's standing on business. He's standing on business, straight up and down. He's standing on business. So he's definitely standing on business. And then it says, Dwayne Rhodes. Oh, shit, Dwayne Rhodes. What's up? Peace to the chat. I salute you, G. Thanks for tuning in, bro. See, you had time today. And yes, XO Pro, Joe Biden is a clown. He's definitely a motherfucking clown. Like, there ain't no such thing as coincidences. Like, they could have arrested Killer Mike after. They could have arrested him after, you know what I'm saying, the award show. But they decided to arrest him on the award show. Let me see if I could even play some of that shit. Because these dudes came to arrest him on the spot, bro. You know, well, yeah, if y'all want to see that shit, y'all can go catch that shit somewhere else, bro. But it says, Timothy Skell says, check your history if you watched it before. Oh, well, I watched it. Well, that's the thing, too. I think I've seen this shit, like, on social media. It's not on the internet, because that's the thing. I got two phones. I don't know exactly where I seen it, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all should be able to find it. Hopefully I can find that shit. But you know what I'm saying? You see how Killer Mike was he and a hawing, man. He was he and a hawing. You know what I'm saying? And he said, you know, he didn't say which old man of whose policies he liked. He was basically hinting to Donald Trump. Let's just fucking keep it fucking real, bro. You know what I'm saying? You heard what he said about a year or two ago about the Joe Biden administration, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that, Killer Mike is gonna be facing it in real time because we all know it's like a petty charge. It's like messing me in a battery or whatever. But at the same time, they will still knock you at your square, just let your ass know that, you ain't invincible and you ain't untouchable. And even if you get a Grammy, you can still be touched. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it was. So yeah, that's just about it. So now we can get on some dating bullshit now. Check out this little stracker dagger, what you got to say.
4'8",
How old are you?
25.
You sure?
I'm sure I have ID.
What's your type?
I like hood niggas. Hood niggas.
Why?
That tote guns and sell drugs like Sexy Red said.
Why?
Because I know they gonna protect me. I can't do no square ass man. Cause baby, if some shit go left, you gonna be scared. I need a nigga that's ready to on go.
You say you like hood niggas. What are you looking for out of them?
I need you to protect me. I need you to stand on business. I need you to make that money. I need you to pay the bills.
So what you gonna be doing?
I'm the woman. Like, you want me? You need to be working harder than me. I shouldn't be working harder than you. You the man. My mama never fuck with no nigga that can't take care of her. You need to pay them bills.
Gotta pay the bills.
Yeah, you gotta pay them bills. We not cheap around here.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Yo, hold up. Bitch, your mama ain't fuck with no nigga. So guess what? That means your mama ain't with your daddy. Man, that bitch, you ain't shit.
Nope.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
If you got a girl, drop her.
Because if you got a girl, guess what? That's what she really want. Let's dissect what the fuck this bitch had to say.
How tall are you?
4'8",
How old are you?
25.
You sure?
Yo, he asked if you're sure. Yo, hold up. I don't know. Like, she look young. Like, her height and size. I don't know. Her voice, she sound like she smokes cigarettes, bro.
I'm sure I have ID.
What's your type?
I like hood niggas. Hood niggas.
Why?
That tote guns and sell drugs like Sexy Red said.
So basically, they taken the formula from Sexy Red. So they're basically basing their life decisions on which man they should be with because of Sexy Red said. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And these same girls are the ones who keep perpetuating the cycle of that same mama. The same mama that she said that her mama never fuck with no nigga who ain't did nothing for her. But, her mama ain't married to her dad. You can't make this shit up.
Why?
Because I know they gonna protect me. I can't do no square ass man. Cause baby, if some shit go left, you gonna be scared. I need a nigga that's ready to on go.
Now, when you say shit is going on left and a square nigga ain't gonna be able to protect you, that ain't necessarily true. Cause guess what? There's a lot of, you see this show on the news all the time where, a car would get sprayed with bullets and a dude make it alive, but the girlfriend ends up unalived. Yo, don't think that these dudes don't be using these women as human shields, bruh. Do not think that these dudes do not use these women in human shields when they be hearing that shit happen. What do you think? How you think they be surviving? They use them as human shields, bruh. Yo, you can't make this shit up, dog. That is fucking real.
What kind of shit is that?
Let's go in this comment section real quick. More celebrity news. Lisa Ann arrested at a comedy show in NYC. I'm glad you bring that up because we could talk about that. We're going to talk about that, actually. Don't worry. I have that actually in the thing to talk about. We're going to talk about that, Dwayne Rose. Matter of fact, I might even play the video. And it said, out of the mouths of Babs, shaking my head. Right. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They say that the future is literally like invented, just like everything else. It's just kind of thought out and planned. They knew they kind of put out that imagery that black woman will eventually fulfill the prophecy. She sound like she smoked Black and Miles. Right. That's what I'm saying. She smelled like she smoked cancer sticks, bro. Timothy Kells, you're definitely right. Newports and malt liquor ass bitch. Exactly, XO Pro. You ain't fucking lying. Timothy Kell says the square dude not gonna have you in a situation to have you go to have you be on the go. Exactly. I was gonna mention that. See, I was gonna mention that, but I wanted to just, read out the super chats because I appreciate y'all supporting us. But I'm glad that y'all saying this because I didn't even have to say it. Like a square dude, he'll just be like a righteous man would just be like, yo, check this out. You can't go to Compton tonight. You can't go to this party. What are you going to the club for? You're already in a relationship. What are you going to the club for? You're going to go have a good time. You have to have a good time. Have nigga with some ninjas, bitch, please. But you're right, bro. You're right, Timothy's Kels. Hands down, like we wouldn't even have you in that situation. But see, here's the thing. Let me tell you the crux of this, brother. The reason why she wants like a hood ninja is because hood ninjas are facilitators of women's bad decisions. Hood ninjas are in the streets. The reason why they don't mind giving a girl bread is because even whether it's a hood dude or a man who just makes a 6-figure guy, he has more money than he has time, so it's easy for him just to give her the money. But the thing is that what she don't realize, or no, what she knows is because he can't really watch her like a real man will, what she's gonna do is probably fuck around with other dudes, do all types of shit. And guess what? And when shit go down, that's when she want a nigga on the go. Because why do you have to be ready on the go? Like you have to be ready on the go. Because guess what? When beef comes, when shit, her ass get beat the fuck up by the ninja, by this, some pookie ass ninja, she gonna call your ass and get your ass set up for failure, and you're gonna spend 25 to life behind, taking out another ninja, and she's gonna be fucking another ninja that same fucking night. Now, Dwayne Rose says if a square ninja is on his business, he'll slide some bread to a professional than his light work. Hands down. You know what I'm saying? Real killers move in silence and violence, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna have himself all looking all stupid, looking all America's Most Wanted. And I have to be honest with you, I almost kind of feel like a square dude wouldn't even go there. He just wouldn't want his woman in that situation. But that's another way to go about it. If you know what I'm saying, some really shit really went down, but guess what? Sometimes when it comes down to it, it don't even be nothing even major. It just be a lot of hype. Sometimes, come down and find out the true story. The chick put herself in that situation, so a dude shouldn't even be doing shit. Now, Dwayne Rose says they want Tupac in a suit. They want juvenile and excitement. Square dudes provide stability. Yeah, well, that's the dual mating strategy, and unfortunately, that was kind of learned in the black neighborhood. In the black neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, sisters decided that they was gonna go and, take, they was gonna drink the Kool-Aid, and they took the welfare, they took the Section 8, and they had to get rid of the father. But in the interim, when the father probably either got on drugs, went homeless, maybe went to jail, or maybe just moved the fuck on, at that point, she had to go get a new man. So guess what? They ended up kind of realizing later on, the same type of dude or girl's into when she's 19 is probably not going to be the same type of dude when she's in at 30, because at this point, at 25, 30, now she got responsibilities. Now she just can't fuck with just any other dude. You feel me? So that's kind of one of the reasons why, other chicks, Timothy Scales, instead of fucking with just a square dude, that's why they kind of fuck with a hood ninja, because hood ninjas, you know what I'm saying, they are the facilitators of their anarchy. You also say, in my opinion, the hood dude is the only representative of masculinity women like her ever even seen. Well, that's facts. Well, the truth is, that is maybe true. Look, here's the thing. I would say there is a little bit of relative to that, but here's the thing. Some of these chicks, they seen police officers, they seen, they seen like famous people on TV, they seen football players, they seen other forms of masculinity, but that's the only form of masculinity that will basically almost kind of let you get away with their bullshit. Plus, think about it. A pookie could be technically, or a hood ninja could be controlled, because guess what? The one thing she could do is set him up with his ops or fucking call the police on his ass. So there's a form of way of controlling. So it's calculated, because guess what? She couldn't pull that shit off with a successful guy, or a 6-figure guy, or a dude who had his money together, or even like, or even a series, or even a real top boss, dope boy either, because guess what? You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be expectations. Guess what? They're not gonna take no type of bullshit. You also say the grown man on his biz is seen as a square, to the woman like her. You also say, let's be clear, squares don't mean he's a punk for a corny or a suck ass nigga. Oh, you trust me. I know this already. You know, these are facts. You know what I'm saying? These are just words that these women they don't really have an understanding of life say. Because like you said, they only know one way. They only know what they see in the streets. Say, did y'all know that I'm selling $5 feed pics for less? Okay. You think that's supposed to be funny? Okay. You have no profile. Okay. You have no profile picture. You know what I'm saying? You coming in just saying some nonsense. You obviously must be one of these welfare queen baby mamas up in here. Mad that we cooking in this bitch.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
You said you like hood niggas. What are you looking for? I don't know.
I need you to protect me. I need you to stand on business. I need you to make that money. I need you to pay the bills.
So what you gonna be doing?
I'm the woman. Like, you want me? You need to be working harder than me. I shouldn't be working harder than you. You the man.
So after he done took penitentiary chances, he done hit licks, probably robbing, stealing, you know what I'm saying, delete motherfuckers, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? He was here pulling scams and all that. And he came and come home to a clean house. She didn't say, boom, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have another woman in the bed, you know what I'm saying, when he get home. Or boom, I'm going to have a meal from him. Or boom, what I'm going to do is, some of the money that he give me, I'm going to go, open a, hair salon or something like that. And make, make some money. So just in case he ever get roped up, he could get out of jail, so he could have a little nest egg, you know what I'm saying, or nothing like that. And yes, Timothy Kells, she did not answer the question because guess what? At the end of the day, even when they get the guy that they want, even when they finally get the guy that they want, they still wouldn't know what to do with him. Yo, you can't make this shit fucking up, bro.
Nope.
My mama never fuck with no nigga that can't take care of her.
So she bring up her mama, but her mama's not even with her pops, yo. Her mama's probably not even with her pops of her siblings either. So look at them, just guided and undecided.
You need to pay them bills.
Gotta pay them bills.
Yeah, you gotta pay them bills. We not cheap around here.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Timothy Kell says, he asks, what are you going to do? And he basically says, don't worry about what I'm doing. Right, exactly. Like, you could even name, she didn't even name one thing. Not one thing could she name that she was going to do for that man. So after he done took penitentiary chances and all that, she came and cook a nigga a meal, make him a sandwich, some dino chicken nuggets or something. He ain't get shit. All you get is some fucking used up pussy that she done gave to everybody else in the hood before she got to that nigga. But yo, check out this view right here. I don't know if that's Colombia, the Dominican Republic or something, but them coconuts, them some good ass fucking coconuts right there. Yeah, Dino chicken nuggets. Yeah, that's some shit that Coach Greg Adams says. That's basically the laziest meal a bitch could make. But damn, man. Yo. Shit. The last time I seen curves like that, shit, was on a black woman. I ain't even gonna front, bro. Wow. That's amazing, bro. So, yeah, man. Times is rough on these chicks, bro. Times is rough on these chicks. It's so rough on these chicks that, I don't know if you ever heard about that whole soft girl era shit, but, there's some chicks who be trying to buck. So check this out, what this chick has to say about some chick at her job.
That her coworker divorced her husband because her husband asked her to pay 30% of the bills while he paid 70%. So she left him. Now she's working 2 jobs, paying 100% of her bills. What a dumbass. So you are working harder, paying all your bills. I bet you when you get home from work, you bitter as hell. I bet you probably cursing him out. He's probably all types of shit. And you're probably on this clock app talking about how men ain't shit. I know you are. This is prime example of toxic feminism.
Yep.
Like, you listen to all these women talking about how if he doesn't pay 100% of the bills, he ain't a real man. Now look at you. Working 2 jobs and paying all your I mean, before you got with that man, you were already paying 100% of the bills. Did you like it? Because I sure didn't. I don't like paying 100% of my bills. So if somebody's offering to pay 50% of it, I'm winning. And then if he's asking me to pay only 30, hallelujah. But you're dumbass. Ooh, I can't make this shit up.
Yeah, that's why it's so stupid when these girls be talking about they don't want to pay 50-50. Bitch, you could barely pay 100% your damn self. Facts. Dwayne Rose says these women don't even wear aprons anymore. Right. Exactly. I don't remember last time I seen a chick wear an apron, bro. And Timothy Kell says, I agree with her. That is toxic feminism. It is facts, because unfortunately, feminism set women up for failure, and that's the fact. And we could talk about how feminism, that's a whole another topic for the whole night. We could talk about that shit. Probably be a 24-hour show. XL Pro says toddler math. Yeah, because they're, you know what I'm saying, like like they usually say, like, these women, even though they might get older in age, they never really truly mature, and they see things just, black and white. They never see it in between the lines in gray area. Because if you just sit down and just do the math, like, you're still winning even if you're paying 50% of the bills or 30% of the bills or whatnot. Because guess what? The whole 50-50 argument is kind of stupid, because even if I decide to say, hey, girlfriend, or hey, wife, I pay half the mortgage, you pay half the mortgage, she's still going to get me on dates. She's going to need the extra money for knickknacks here and there. She's going to need money for the kids and whatnot. So it's never going to be 50-50 for the guy any fucking way. And she's not paying 100% all to make a point. She says she's a boss and dudes ain't shit. Right, just sitting there. And now she's paying all of it. Damn Skippy. Now, Dwayne Rose says women don't study economics for one. They don't. Societal issues and where men and women have roles. Our society is very safe and comfortable. It is. But guess what? Shit's getting really uncomfortable because, there's a certain thing that's on a rise. Might be the Great War, so, that might always happen. So things are getting really uncomfortable and things are getting tight out here, man. And let's see here. It says, no excuse lifestyle. Rocky Cage says, I bet that chick is feeling real salty and struggling. Hell fucking yeah. Because guess what? At the end of the day, when that reality comes in that your ass ain't got no help, you feeling fucking mad hurt. Mad hurt. Shit. So I guess y'all like this little video. I'm gonna play the rest then.
Y'all need Jesus.
So they have a man in their life and he wants to split the bills or pay a portion of the bills. And she like, no, but then you leave him and go pay 100% of the bills. These women believe they can just go out and find another man the next day. And it don't always work that way. Good men don't grow on trees. You can't just go replace this man and think you're gonna find another one tomorrow. Yes, for some women they can do it. But what I'm saying is this is not gonna happen for every woman. A lot of them gonna end up like this woman here. Let me tell you a quick story about myself. I had a girl who was living with me, right? Now at this time, I needed to pay off some debt so I can start some business stuff I was working on. So I asked this woman, I'm paying every bill in the house, right? Every bill in the house. This woman is working, and at the time, she was making more than me. But I still was paying every bill in the house, taking care of everything, right? So I wanted to pay off some of my credit cards. And I knew if I just went hard, I can pay that off in 3 months. She had no bills to pay, I think outside of her car payment. So I said, listen, since I pay all the bills in the house, can you do me a favor and just pay the rent for 3 months?
So, yo, Timothy Kell says women tend to move on their emotions and not their thoughts or logic. This is why they always talking about manifesting. They want to manifest their feelings. Yeah, they want to manifest their feelings. They want to manifest riches. They want to manifest that, oh, they're going to get this job and stuff. And unfortunately, you know, nothing's wrong with having high hopes, but unfortunately, they're not really good at putting their foot or their money where their mouth is. If you want to manifest a man, you got to do the strides to get a better man. Yeah, just like the equivalent of a man. If a man wants a better woman, he has to make strides to make more money and or, you know, get his body up, you know, maybe get his looks, maybe work on his clothing, his gear, you know, his financial portfolio. There's a lot of things that men could do to make themselves more better for a woman. Shit, there's even men, not saying that men should do this, but there's even men who are willing to take a woman who's not really necessarily conventionally beautiful just to kind of be happy with a chick. Because let's just be real, you know, at the end of the day, men, you know, we're not as superficial as women make us seem that we are. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if we deal with a chick who's cooperative, we're willing to deal with her. Because let's just be real. You know, I hate to say this, and I know y'all might laugh, but a chick who's a 5 is not necessarily an ugly chick. She's just not really all that fine either. 5, technically, it's not like in school where a 5 is like a fail. A 5 is technically passing. She could still technically pass at a 5. You'd be so surprised what women rate us. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just keep that in mind. But with that being said, you know, sometimes there are men who are willing to even say, all right, fuck it, you know, I'm at the $60,000 range, you know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm comfortable doing. I'm comfortable where I'm at, and this is what I'm gonna do. And they're willing to kind of understand and compromise with the woman that they date. Unfortunately, women are not. They will be in a worse situation and still want the same type of guy that they wanted at their prime. Yeah, let's go back to this brother talk about he asked this girl to pay the bills one time.
Just for 3 months. So I can take that money I'm saving on these bills to go out and pay my credit cards off, and I can pay them off in 3 months. She told me no. She said, no, the man is supposed to pay the bills. So do you know what happened? We broke up. She ended up moving out, and now she had to pay her own bills for 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. And let me just say, after she left, after we broke up, I paid all my credit cards off exactly the way I said I was going to do. There's women out there who just can't see the big picture. They're looking at now. So instead of you paying 30%, now you're paying 100%. And like she said, you probably cursing this guy out, calling him names and saying he's the bad person when it was on you. 30% is better than 100% any day.
Facts 100. 30% is always better than 100. But guess what? You didn't have a Proverbs wife. You didn't have a Proverbs woman, you know, as your, you know, Proverbs wife as your woman. So good thing you didn't marry her. Good thing you didn't have no kids with her. Good thing you kicked her to the curb. So I salute you to that. Now, Timothy Kell says the problem is when a 5 chick has a high value man smash, now she thinks she's ranked higher. Well, yeah, guess what? Unfortunately, that's something that we can't really always control. You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, it kind of goes back to whether, you know what I'm saying, whether you got control of your woman and what you have your woman exposed to. Because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess you could bump into a high value man like at the grocery store or something like that, but the chances of like that more than likely not, because you have to be in certain spaces to be with a high value man. So I guess if she goes to the Chris Brown concert and she gets smashed by the Chris Breezy, then that's my fault for look, I can't stop her from going where she wants to, but guess what? I don't have to accept it either. So she decides that she's gonna go to the Chris Brown concert and be enticed by Chris Breezy, or go to the club because Chris Breezy is gonna be in the club that night. Then guess what? I guess I don't have a girlfriend anymore. I guess that 5 is a live wire, and now she's single. Now, no excuse lifestyle. And Rock Case says, to be honest, I'm more attracted to a 6 than a 9 and 10. Yeah, because here's the thing. All right. I think the reason why you're more attracted, and I could be wrong, and you could kind of chime in and say whether you agree or disagree with me or not. I think it's because of the fact that, a 9 or 10 is like the fact that, okay, let's just say, you will go, let's just say someone decides they're going to either give you a Ferrari or they're going to give you a BMW. Yes, you may want to get that Ferrari, right? You may want to get that Porsche 911. They're going to give it to you for free. But, everything in life, there's no such thing as free. Maybe, it's a promotion and that's how you got the car. But you still got to maintain the Ferrari. Do you know how much it costs to get a fucking oil change on a Porsche 911 or a Ferrari?
Nigga, please.
So guess what? The women are the same way. Do you really want to get with a 9 or 10? Trust me, if you really got fit this, sometimes, fellas, we can be almost kind of scared to get with a 9 or 10. Because guess what? We get with a 9 or a 10, and guess what? Now we got to fucking take care of a 9 to 10. Feed this. I would love to fucking, bang a 9 or 10, for the weekend. Just like how I love to drive a Ferrari for the weekend. But after I fucking go to the gas station a few times and all that shit, bruh, after I fucking get paid for that fucking one maintenance, that tunes up that costs $3,000, bruh, I'm probably gonna hate that motherfucker. So yes, I could definitely see how a man could just not be attracted to 9s and 10s anymore, because guess what? There's a lot of trouble that comes with her 9s and 10s. The maintenance on that Ferrari is gonna be crazy, and guess what? The maintenance on a woman who's a 9 or 10 is gonna be fucking crazy too. So sometimes when we when we say we want a certain type of girl, do we read this? We desire a certain type of girl, but do we really want her? I think in the right parameters, I think if I was $1 million a year type of ninja, yes, I probably wouldn't even give a fuck about getting a Ferrari. I'll probably get a Ferrari and say, put that shit in the back because I don't give a fuck. I got a lot of money. And yes, it is an arm and a leg, no excuses lifestyle rocket case. Just like a woman, you know what I'm saying? I think that's probably what you're referring to anyway. You probably not even talk about the car. You probably talk about the woman, like your point. It says to be a real humble 6 is way more attractive to a 9 or 10. Yeah, like I said, look, this. Let's just be real. I kind of feel like there are some women who this. Like I said, you'd be so surprised. Like, man, sometimes less is more. That's what I learned. Sometimes I learned less is more. And sometimes when you get a 9 10, sometimes a 9 and 10 is overrated. Sometimes you get her in bed because she's a 9 and 10, she feel like she shouldn't even suck your dick. Or, she feel like you should be eating her pussy out and stuff like that. And, she might want you to do some type of shit because she's a certain type of chick. And it might not be as thrilling as you think it is. When a woman, Timothy Kells also says, when a woman is humble, it makes her look way better in my opinion. Of course, I think that's a natural effect. Like, this might sound kind of cliche, but it's like you ever like holler at a girl and then she turn your ass down, and then you might, after that, that's when you start noticing all the negative things about her. You start looking like, damn, she is wearing a lot of makeup, but she ain't even all that. Like, her titties ain't all that or whatever, right? You start kind of like finding a reason. But unfortunately, it goes the other way too when a woman has a good personality. When sometimes when a good woman has a good personality, like you kind of know that she's kind of nice. Then when she kind of turn around, you kind of look like, damn, she do kind of got a little bit of, she got a little bit of booty. Like, she never like, you start kind of noticing like, damn, she is kind of attractive. Like, maybe she might not be traditionally beautiful or traditionally attractive. She don't have a big ghetto booty, or, she don't have no long flowing blonde hair or something like that, maybe. Or maybe she don't have no little, fancy weave. But if you kind of look at her, you kind of like, damn, no little baby girl, she's kind of sexy. Like, she got her edges, like she a good looking chick. So I could definitely agree with that. And them 9s and 10s are pillow princesses. Yes, they are pillow princesses. Definitely. And I'll tell you this much. And they good and bad, best believe she's definitely a motherfucking 304, bro. You know what I'm saying? They say, Coach Greg Adams says, 9s and 10s have been bought and, bought and sold and traded, and just basically they're basically just being ran through. So, like I said, a 9 and 10, 9 and 10 is just like a Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? It's just like whether you want to deal with that maintenance. So check out what this guy got to say. Talk about fives. Let's put this chick on the screen. Check this out.
Someone who's plus size.
Who's fat?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Nah, I don't like that. Not trying to be rude, but me personally, I don't like fat girls. I just don't want to come home to a fat.
Got him.
Yeah, she didn't like that one bit. She didn't expect that because most people are not gonna be brutally honest. You know what I'm saying? And hey, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, hey, fat girls need love too. Hey, trust me, we all been there and done that before. We ain't too, we never been too good, but at the end of the day, that's not necessarily what we aspire to, and nothing that we're necessarily gonna show off. But she asked him a direct question in public, and he gave her a direct answer. Dwayne Rhodes says 9s and 10s have a weird internal psychological issues. 1 through 10, they all come with some BS. They all come through some BS. And like I said, when you deal with a 9 and 10, you always kind of wonder, like, damn, man, like who the fuck she been through before she got to you? Unless you got that 9 and 10 in high school or a junior high, like young or something like that. Yo, man, 9s and 10s are generally for the streets because you got to understand, they've been led astray, especially the fact that they haven't been married or anything like that. If they're just around wild, like people this, look at the pornos. Yo, man, I don't know if y'all ever see pornos or ever watch pornos, but some of them women are some damn fucking good, like fucking hot. When I say hot, scalding hot, fine ass fucking woman, dog. But guess what? They fuck the fucking streets, bro. They fuck the fucking streets. They're just getting fucking ran through. You see these like beautiful, fine women. As a matter of fact, talk about fine women. I'm about to put on something on the screen for you, Dwayne Rhodes. Check this out. I'm glad that I'm glad we somehow segued into that because I promised that I was going to show you that video and we're going to talk about that video, Lisa Ann getting fucking arrested. Here you go. Maybe I could make it larger. Well, that's what she asked. Let's see. Oh, it won't get bigger than that? What? Oh, that sucks. Okay. What? That's goofy. I wonder if it's because you think it's because they don't want me to share it? Because you see how it's too small. Y'all can't see that shit, right? Oh, yes. Damn, okay. We're gonna pull this shit up. You know what? New York Post, they got a I think they got a YouTube. Oh, okay, I get it. What they want your ass to do is go up on their YouTube. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see where she was arrested, bro. Because New York Post, I think they show everything. They show like the whole like when she completely got arrested. Okay, you know what? We're gonna play this video that is on then. Fuck it. That's what I'm gonna do. Because we need to talk about this.
I didn't touch my phone. I wanted to see Matt, right? He's a friend of mine. And I go to jail.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail. So this woman is a porn star called Lee.
Okay, they don't show the footage of her getting arrested. Damn. I'm trying to see the footage of her getting arrested, bro. That's what I really want to see. Fuck all the dumb shit. Let's see here. Because they was showing her. They was like, I think like it was showing her getting her ass dragged the fuck out, bro. She was getting dragged the fuck out. That's why I was like not dragged out, but they was had her by her arms. Damn. Oh yeah, I know there's no audio yet because I'm still trying to find a real video, bro. My bad. I'm still trying to find a real Lisa and arrested. Come on, bro. That's the thing. The New York Post has it, but they won't allow me to make it larger on the screen. I mean, I could just read the fucking article. I could read. Oh, there's no sound where? There's no sound on the YouTube video. I haven't even played nothing yet, y'all. Or can y'all not hear me on the YouTube? No sound where? No audio where? Which part? I see the no sound, no audio. I see that. But can y'all not hear me on the mic? Because my floating is moving. You know what? See the no sound, no audio. See that? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I figured. Thank you, Timotheus. Thank you, Timotheus, Kels, and thank you, No Excuse, Lifestyle Rocky Cage. Oh, okay, so all right. So y'all want me to play the little video? All right, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play the little video if y'all want to see the little video part. I'll play that for y'all. Y'all want to see the little video? I'll play the little video from the New York Post video. If that's what y'all want to see, I'll play that. Okay. All right. I didn't know y'all could even see that. Cause that shit was like fucking tiny as shit, bro. I don't know if y'all can see this. Okay. I'm gonna play the audio. And there's no audio fucking anyway. Can y'all see that? There's no audio on this, bro. Look, but can y'all see this? TMZ might have the whole video. You think so? Maybe so. Can y'all see that? Yeah, look, they dragging her ass out the hotel or wherever, or the building. Look. For some reason, her ass don't want to go. I see that much. Hell yeah, it does look better. See, look, hey, look. Okay, look, this bitch don't want to go, bro. Hey, they didn't realize they needed, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She could handle more than two men. Pun intended.
Roll into the season with a new set of name brand tires today. Get the right tires for your vehicle in 3 simple steps. Just tell us about your vehicle, select the tires you want, and schedule your...
See? Told y'all. There was no audio on that shit. I tried. But yeah, bruh. Her ass was not trying to go. And yeah, Lisa Ann, like, dude, Lisa Ann is fucking, I ain't gonna lie. She's fucking fine. But, dude, she's for the fucking streets, bruh. Like, yeah. Damn. I'm scared to kind of pull her up on here. Okay. Y'all already know how Lisa Ann look. I want to pull up a picture of her just to talk about her, but I'm scared to pull up one of them dirty pictures of her and fucking get in trouble. Let's see here. Just a picture Okay, a nice picture of Lisa Ann. You can tell like you can tell she done aged. You don't think she aged, but you know what I'm saying? She's still foldable. I'll show this real quick. I don't think I'm gonna get in trouble for showing this. Yeah. Like, yeah. Lisa Ann, she fine. She like 40. She like 40 or something, 40 something. But she's so fine. She could have been married to like that to the best top notch dude. But here's the thing. I think Coach Greg Adams said this, but you know, a woman is like her life is like a lottery ticket. It's like $1 million lottery ticket. But if she decides to like, sell herself short, like, have premature sex or, what I'm saying, get pregnant or, decide that she's going to do like porn or she's going to do like any type of like sex work business, such as even bartending and stripping and stuff like that, and they start kind of being for sale, like, and start making their money up front. They start making money for their looks, like models and stuff. Unfortunately, models do not make their money just from just looking good. They do get a check for that looking good, but they also have to go and do casting couches and stuff like that. And y'all know what we talk about when the casting couch. That means they gotta, get smashed. Like, what I'm saying, they're like having sex with dudes. So that chips away at a woman's value. So, she gotta like, a woman at the age, at her best age of 18 could get the highest price dude ever at that age. But if she sells herself short, that $1 million ticket could easily end up being a scratch off. And guess what? That scratch off don't smell too good no more. No Excuse Lifestyles, Rocky Cage says, I'm sure she handled plenty of men. Of course, facts. You already know she done handled plenty of dudes. Her IG will be more safe. Yeah. Well, we all, if anyone will look up Lisa Ann, if anybody really want to look up Lisa Ann, y'all know to look up on the, the hub or something, or, or somebody. But y'all can find her. Like, but yeah, Lisa Ann, she's like beautiful, man. Like, even to this day, she's fine. But guess what? That bitch cuckoo. You know why? Because she done took so much nut like a squirrel. That bitch got to be out of her fucking mind. Dwayne Rhodes says, type in Lisa Ann in handcuffs. I'm sure something will pop up. Man, I'll look again just because you asked. I doubt it. Well, no, don't doubt. Let me just check it. In handcuffs. Shit. I have to watch out because Oh, Lisa Ann was on, I think she was on that show Billions. But no, when I pull it up, Lisa Ann getting handcuffed. Maybe I have to go you want me to Google it? Lisa Ann handcuffed. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Let's see. We might have something. We might have action. Damn. Oh, okay, we were showing how Lisa Ann looked. Yeah. She old, but she's still fine. You could definitely tell she aged though. But man, I remember her in her prime. Oh my God. I just be like, God damn, like, damn, bitch, like, you shouldn't even have to even do that porno shit. But hey, they decided to get slutted out early in the game. Oh, here you go. Well, I think you already seen this already, but here you go.
I didn't touch my. I did nothing wrong. I didn't touch my phone. I wanted to see Matt Rife. He's a friend of mine. And I go to jail.
Yeah. There you go. Let's see here. I'm sure she's been in handcuffs many times. Yeah, I was actually gonna say that too. I was kind of scared to type it up because I swore some porno shit was gonna pop up. Like Dwayne Rose, you trying to fucking get me roped up, G? You trying to get me roped up? Nah, I'm just fuck with you, but yeah, no doubt. I thought so. The same thing. No excuse. Lifestyle. Rocket Cage says no excuse. No excuse is talking about PL flicks. Oh, right. So let's see here. Then we have Dwayne Rose says, heard her on several corn podcasts. Her story is shaking my head. Yeah, they all have a story. Yo, man, we don't care about these hotels, man. All these hoes got a story. They all got some excuse on why this, that, and the other went this, that, and the other. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Playing the littlest violin. They always got an excuse for why they ruined up and fucked up their life. But yo, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. I'm gone.